we missed the wild and crazy guys here.
We live?
We're live, yes. Tell it, Stevie. Tell the audience where we are.
We are in the Adams Mansion in St. Petersburg. Beautiful home. They welcomed us in at a last-minute reception.
So this is the real live Adams family. Da-da-da-dum.
I got it.
45, we're going live.
Are you the host?
We're live. We just found out we're at the Adams family home.
All right. DJ Vince, are you ready?
Yeah, everybody's tuning in at 4:45, but we should do a test to make sure we're streaming. Somebody doesn't mind logging in. Looks like I got
So
decent.
we were going to do a dance with my wife, but she had a hard time. Let me be the lead.
Choose your words wisely, Parrish. The day's still early.
Are you checking me out?
No, I'm doing music. Someone else.
He's in charge for you.
Here, Maggie. See if I'm going live.
This is a nice little
Yeah.
thing you got here.
Here, Charlie, spin it around so you can see the. You want to spin around so you can see the neighborhood and the coffee pot by you. Isn't that the coffee pot by you?
You don't realize how well.
What that's called? Is that called the coffee pot by you?
That coffee pot.
But in the water called by you.
It's just.
Oh, you know that one.
Stevie,
Yes, sir.
is that the coffee pot by you over there?
Yeah, it's Coffee Pot Bayou is how I'd say it. That's the mangroves over there is Bird Island, and you can see why.
Oh my gosh, look at those birds.
But I want to know,
Yeah.
Those birds found Grandma's freshly cleaned car.
on the other side, they must be cheap.
Because the birds.
I paddle boarded around there and I couldn't get past there fast enough one day
It does smell.
because of birds.
That house over there, like, was expensive.
And believe me when I say that's like the least amount of birds.
That's the least amount of birds? You want to be on the camera? Charlie?
Why is the game versus Cambridge called Maggie's Game?
So we won't get so many viewers.
Can we change it? Can you just restart it?
No, well, we can, but people are probably tuned in, so we'll just start, and I can crop it later if you want to, but let's make sure we're streaming.
Well, but nobody's going to turn into Maggie's game.
No. She's talking about something else.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
No, it's called Eric, Helm, and Emily Winesett's wedding live stream, 320 and 321.
445?
444.
444.
What are we starting off with?
The dance.
And it's not.
You choose. Who goes first?
You and Emily are sitting there. Okay.
All right, it's 4:45.
Live now, yeah. No.
Are we sitting there?
All right, we're going,
I
and
didn't want to correct
we're live.
I can pull up my email schedule, but yeah, I've got a lot of schedules, so I don't have great Wi-Fi.
It's time. 4:45.
I think we gotta have longer than the 2 minutes I was originally given.
Parrish, when you're ready, we're going right now. Aren't they going to go back and walk up?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the wedding of Eric and Emily. It's actually not the wedding, it's the rehearsal.
No.
Not the rehearsal dinner, that was last night. Many of y'all tuned in. I was surprised. This is the first dance. It's the reception, but the first dance. The reception.
I've been working hard. I've made
Straight to the dance? All right, everybody. Wish me luck.
I heard you needed more space. It's a little flatter, a little past there.
We're told to stay in the shade.
It's a little. Try to get in that little spot of light.
Ready, Parrish?
They didn't rehearse this way.
This is not the ballroom they planned on.
But it's a great ball.
I'm good, but not that good.
That yard can't contain you guys.
So, Nicole, what are we supposed to do at this point?
Derek and Mom dance.
There you go. Thank you.
Mother, son.
This is totally unpracticed.
It didn't help me to practice. So.
Ain't that much better. Challenging for anybody.
Ready?
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one
rehearse.
We're just gonna play some background music while I get set.
You can redo it at like a different day. No one's gonna know the difference. I mean, I've just got caught on video saying that. So maybe they might.
Hey, Maggie. Big smile. Sorry, I didn't mean to step in front of that one.
Didn't he ask not to be filmed?
The photographer? I don't think he minds being in the... She said you asked not to be filmed. I said he just didn't want to be heard.
He's actually my brother. We were in foster care together.
What was that?
Mama felt sorry for him.
Oh, he's talking about him. Do you need more tea, Maggie? Here. You can run the camera. I don't know yet because somebody else could have told me to tell, but yesterday there was 41, which turned into 210 today, which is probably because people accidentally tuned into yesterday's Formula One. I guess 100. After you live stream it, once you shut it off, you can't process it for like an hour. And then you go back and watch it and you see how many people have been watching it. I'm not using the YouTube app, so it's a different app. It works better, but it doesn't give you the info.
If I don't step on my dress.
Yeah, you ready to take them?
You got it, Maggie?
Hey, let's back it up so we can get Emily and Eric in the shot too.
We're still waiting for a few more glasses.
Oh, you're right. Let me go over there.
No, I got it.
This
I
is
got
what
it. I got
happens
it.
when you don't have professional help.
Like,
You're relying on friends and family.
Hey now.
I got it.
Who needs a glass?
good thinking, Maggie.
Everybody got a glass?
I'm smart. I know. I got it. See, this is why I do this.
Smart and a basketball player.
And modest.
Yeah, I know.
No, mine's over there.
Are you ready? All right. Hello, friends. Hello, family. Hello, people out there that couldn't make it. Let me assure you this is a beautiful venue. It is absolutely wonderful in St. Petersburg, and anybody that was unable to come, it really is a crying shame because it is absolutely wonderful. So first, I want to be serious because I'm a serious sort of guy. And Michelle and I, Leslie and Marie, want to thank everybody that is here and everybody that is watching. This was quite difficult for all of us. Over the past week, this wedding has shrunk from approximately 260 people down to the present 10 people. So, and it has been tough. It's been tough on Emily and Eric. We had to make a lot of hard decisions and ask people to not come. It's not because we didn't love you. It's because we wanted to keep everybody safe. I want to thank everybody that did that, and I want to thank everybody that stuck with us until the very end. People were willing to do almost anything and everything to honor Emily and Eric, and I know they felt the love. So let us toast to all our friends and family, to Eric and Emily, and to a long and fruitful marriage.
Emphasis on the fruit.
All right, so if you think that's all I'm going to do, you're full of it, right? One of the great fatalities of this coronavirus was my production as the dad of the bride's speech. So Paul Steinhauser, who was here, did a magnificent speech at his daughter's wedding, and so it only encouraged me to do it bigger, better, and longer.
Mine was 24 minutes, so everybody.
24 minutes, so you can put your glasses down. We're going.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So actually, I'll keep it. So the real shame is that I had a marvelous theatrical production ready for this. I was going to start off with the 1 to 2 minute speech that Michelle carefully edited and her daughter carefully re-edited. And then I was going to, in the middle of the speech, get interrupted by my nephew, who I co-conspired with, who is a theater major. And it was going to be a grand production. I had friends, my old softball buddies from all over that were going to interrupt. And we were going to have a marvelous time interrupting each other, telling stories about Eric and Emily, to the grand finale of Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone, right? It's a shame, but let me recapitulate it just a little bit. So, it's a melding of the families when two people come together. And the shame about all this is that it really would have been just absolutely wonderful because Eric's family, who wasn't able to really come, would have gotten the chance to come and see Florida, enjoy Florida at the best time of the year. I would have gotten to intermingle with them. It would have been absolutely wonderful. We are hoping that that happens in the future as everything gets a little bit more calm. So, in lieu of that, I am going to introduce Eric to my side of the family and Emily to Eric's side of the family, all right? Eric is a very simple man, and I will go with him first. He has 4 loves in life. Just 4. So, he loves CD8 T cells. And so you ask me, what are CD8 T cells? Well, the real answer is I'm not quite sure, right? But he loves them, right? And they have something to do with T cells, which are important in fighting viruses, which are probably going to become more important over the next couple of years. I guess they always were important. But there's a bunch of different types, and there must be at least 8 because it's CD8, so there's got to be at least 8 types, or maybe more, right?
No.
So he loves that, and we know that anytime he's asked by one of his professors to give a talk about anything else, he gets upset. And he's grumpy, and he walks around saying, "This is a total waste of my time. I can't believe they're interrupting my research on CD8. And so that's number one. Number two is the Seattle Seahawks. And so my family very quickly learned that he loves the Seattle Seahawks, and in the Fantasy Football League, he always drafts Seattle Seahawks up high. We thought he was crazy until he won the Fantasy League in my family. It really brought a lot of respect there. Number three, dogs. He wanted a dog-friendly wedding here. Emily wouldn't let him. It's the first of many things, right? She said no dogs in the church. So then he asked about bringing them onto the porch, and we just couldn't get all the dogs here in time. So he loves dogs. 4 is Emily. He absolutely loves Emily, and you could see it on his face. I can see it in the way he treats her. I am absolutely honored that Emily is going to be my, or I guess he is my son-in-law. So, my son-in-law, right? So I think that it's a done deal. And so I appreciate you people in Seattle sending them on down cross country to come down here and join my daughter in the Promised Land, and it's been absolutely wonderful. All right, so now we're going to Emily. Emily is my daughter. She is my sunshine. We have called her Sunshine since almost day one. She was born in Nashville. We were up there at the time, but we knew she was destined for the Sunshine State and to come live in the city of Sunshine, which is St. Petersburg. When she was born, I was 33 years old. I was on top of the world. I had married the most beautiful woman in the world. I was making money for the first time. I think we actually bought our first car. I mean, life was really good. And then Emily was born. And as I sat there and looked at Emily, and I can remember watching the SEC game of the week with Emily on my chest. I was a little skinnier back then, but it was the most wonderful thing. And when I saw that, I knew what I was destined for, and that was to raise Emily. And so raise my little sunshine. So through the years, Emily has been my navigator. And that's probably the best way to talk about her. We were a pair. We had Stevie along too, but this is about but raising my 2 kids was the most wonderful thing I've ever done in life. And I strongly suggest it as something you can do. So, Emily was always the navigator. So we used to go to one of Michelle's conferences in Aspen every year. And I loved it, not particularly because of Michelle's conference, but me and Emily and Stevie would set out and drop Michelle off at the conference, and then Emily would make the plan for the day. She would plan going up the mountain and determine how far we would go, where we would stop for lunch, and it was just wonderful. And she's like 3 or 4 years old at this point, right? It really wasn't a mountain. It was a hill, but we're from Florida, out there in Seattle, so we don't know the difference between a hill and a mountain. It's all the same to us. Then it went on to when we would go snow skiing. She would navigate our trails when we would be out in Park City, and to the point where I would trust her with everything. We would be traveling, and I can remember this was before GPS, probably right before GPS. She was 9 or 10. And we would get stuck, and we were taking Aunt Kim up to the mountains. And Aunt Kim was on the slow ride up there, because we did have to stop and get a few drinks along the way. When we were going, we got stuck on 75, and Emily says, "Daddy, I can see a shortcut, and we can get around this block." And I said, "All right, let's go." And I trusted her completely. We got off the road. She navigated through using maps and things that people don't do anymore, and it was absolutely wonderful. Aunt Kim, on the other hand, was going, "I have a cell phone. I'm calling my dad to see if this is the right way." And he's going, "Get back on the interstate. You're going to get lost." And so it was that way. She later went into softball, and I had to talk about softball. This was where I was really going to have the theatrical production. We have many, many stories about Emily's softball, but let me just tell several. But her softball started when she was 9 years old, when she got crushed by the Little League next door, and she was so mad. And Emily, once she gets mad about something, it's amazing. And so she came out, and we had got crushed by some obnoxious coach that threw a bunch of 12-year-old pitchers at us, and she was 9, and none of the other players were much more than that. And so she said, "Dad, I want a pitching coach," right? And so the pitching coach was going to stand up and tell a story about scrawny little Emily, and then, but it was amazing. You know, over the years, she made every team that she was on better. She certainly worked at her pitching, but she was a good teammate. She helped to navigate some of the trials and tribulations of her teams. Coach Moore was going to get up and talk about your state championship that we won at Canterbury. John Anderson was going to talk about not your pitching, but your hitting, right? He was going to tell a story about Emily, who was a very good pitcher, but was not particularly good at hitting. And he was going to talk about the time that we were out in Colorado playing, and you accidentally got put in, and she went up to bat, and the bases were loaded. We had the chance to knock off the superstar team, and unlike Paul's story where it hits a home run, my daughter was sitting there, and none of us thought she had a chance in the world of tying the game, right? But she did. And she outsmarted us. You know what she did? She turned in and took the pitch. And just like Derek Jeter, she trotted to first base, brought in the tying run, and life was good. So, those days are gone. Emily, or my sunshine, is no more. She's grown up. See, this is where we're going to sing Ain't No Sunshine, right? Get it? And so, you know, but life is changing. She's put away softball. She's now in med school, her PhD program, studying virology. And, you know, it's a bittersweet moment for me. I'm losing my little sunshine. She's becoming Mrs. Helm. And it's a little bittersweet. But Michelle has been my rock. She has absolutely kept me sane. She said, "Parrish, don't worry. You're not losing a daughter. You're gaining a grandson, maybe a granddaughter." And so with that, here's to Eric and Emily.
Didn't expect it to be a minute.
All right, who's next?
Oh, that would be me. Time to get a little payback. Well, as you guys know, I'm not going to go 20 minutes. All of him saying, to be honest, I wasn't even supposed to be up here right now. I had to fight tooth and nail to get to talk to you guys. My sister did everything she could to try to prevent her brother from speaking tonight. I thought, isn't there a Brother the Bride speech? No, we don't have that. But then I was on the groomsmen list, and as each groomsman in front of me got quarantined, to be able to talk to you guys today. Though, throughout all this whole process, though, the amazing thing is that we've never worried about the relationship, the stress that it puts on you guys, and all this. And I think that really is a testament to how great the bond is between these two. You know, they say that marriage, it's really about bringing people together, not only for the good, but in particular for the tough times, the stressful times like these. And I can't think of two people that wouldn't be able to bring you to get through this better than you two. But on a brighter note, we're going to forget all of the stuff going on, and tonight we're going to have a good night. We're going to celebrate. I want to thank the Thompsons for opening up their house last night for us, last minute, and the Adams tonight for opening up their house. This has been a great, magical day so far, and it's only going to get better. And I hope that you guys, and me included, are able to find friends as good as them that are able to help us out this quick of a punch. So it's really just a testament to the friends, family that we have still down here in St. Pete. So I just want to give a toast to friends, family, and marriage.
So I came with my fine printed. Because otherwise I really might stand up here longer than you. For the sake of everyone else, I didn't do that, but I'm going to put my glasses on in the meantime. In case for some reason you don't know who I am, my name's Lacey Adams, and I live here. Sometimes. And while we didn't really expect this, I'm thrilled to have all of you here at our house with us to celebrate our favorite newlyweds. The other reason, truthfully, that I wrote this was I helped Emily get ready all day, and I've seen what she looked like all day, and as soon as she turned the corner with her dad, I started crying in the church. So I wrote something down so that I don't stand up here for 20 minutes and cry in front of everybody. Emily's my childhood best friend, but even more, she's my birthday buddy, she's my soul sister, she's my secret keeper, and she's the sister that I desperately wanted as a child. I never got a younger sister, but I really, really wanted one. But God gave me Emily as a sister, and that's more than I could have ever asked for. Plus, all the things that I really wanted a sister for were to have a best friend in life, to play dolls with, to play catch together, to force somebody to play dress up and do girly things with me. And Emily's been exactly that. Over the years, I've painted her nails, including yesterday for her wedding. I've done her makeup like I did today. And I secretly put pink bows in her hair to see how long she would wear them before she noticed. So, Emily has been my lifelong dress-up friend and my lifelong partner in crime. Emily, you're truly beautiful inside and out. She has a kind and big heart. She's hardworking, she's dedicated, and she's loyal. And she's beyond smart. Emily brings out the best in me and all of those around her by loving, encouraging, and sometimes putting her hand on her hip and pointing out exactly how it should be done. When I think about this day, their wedding day, I think about the man that we prayed for, the man that Nanny faithfully prayed for so many years, and I can only imagine how proud she must be looking down today. Now on to the perfect guy that Emily and I dreamed of growing up. I'm really sorry, Eric, but you are nothing like the poorly drawn stick figure that we beautifully drew. You don't play the guitar, and you don't cheer for the right teams. But you're so much more than any silly stick figure Emily and I drew growing up. Y'all were truly made for each other. I knew Eric was special so long before I ever met him, just by the way Emily talked about him. I listened to Emily as she made lifelong plans and she spoke about a future together. I saw Emily light up like I'd never seen in her before. Then when I finally got to meet Eric, I really knew for myself that he was going to be the one. When I saw him take care of her and support her, but still let her stand and shine on her own, I saw his respect for her and his desire to serve her needs and her happiness. I could quickly tell by interacting in the living room in a lunch where Eric had such little voice that he could barely speak, that he cherishes and loves Emily. Now I've known Emily since we were in kindergarten, so I've also gotten to see her grow as her love has grown for Eric. I've seen her expand past just chicken fingers and french fries to trying some different Asian food. I've seen a love stronger than she knew that she was capable of in sickness, and I've witnessed rejoicing when long distance was finally over. It's truly been a privilege to watch y'all's love story fall into place. Eric, Emily's been my person, my princess, and my number one for the past 20 years of my life. Today, with a happy heart, I officially move over. And you get to not get rid of me, but move into the number one place as her person. And I couldn't be happier that she's found her soulmate and her forever in you. But since I have some experience, I'd like to share just a couple of my best Emily tips and advice from the years. Sleep is absolutely crucial. Work around her sleep schedule, or let her physically work around you sleeping. For example, when we had all of our sleepovers, Emily is a morning person and I am not. So she would spread the newspaper out over me and read it propped up against me while I was still sleeping and she was ready to get through the sports section. Oreos fix a lot of things. There are very few problems in life that can't be solved by a good talk and an entire row of Oreos, preferably double stuffed. There is no such thing as too much soda. Some mixtures are better than others, and crushed ice is always the wrong answer, but no Coke is no good. And last but not least, sometimes the tears don't make sense, but Emily's got a really big heart and occasionally it leaks out. Just like with reasons such as, John's rock is actually a really big rock. But hugs help everything, and we've always made it through. Most of all, I'm proud prouder than I can express to be standing here today. We've dreamed of this day for the past year, but really for the majority of our lives. With everything thrown your way in this past week, you've taken everything in stride and moved forward with so much grace. You have thought about others, you all have been compassionate, and you've handled this storm together, which is a true testament to the marriage ahead of you. Above all else, Emily and Eric, I wish you a lifetime of happiness together, never-ending friendship, unfailing love, comfort in one another, growth together, good health, and endless love. I believe I speak for everyone here when I say that we will always support you, love you, and encourage you. Please raise your glasses with me. Cheers to Emily and Eric. Congratulations. I love you both. Now we have
So Lyle was gonna, Lyle's my best man, and he recorded a short speech from Seattle.
Oh, okay.
You just said it was live. He's calling in.
No one would know.
Please excuse the phantom voice appearing to you now, as I'd like to say a few words about the bride and groom. My name's Lyle Summers, and I'm Eric's currently virtual best man. I've known Eric for just over 12 years, which if you know how old we are, that's half of our entire lives. We met in high school where we wrestled, roomied, and raided. We've been best friends ever since. I've known Eric to be one of the smartest, kindest, goofiest, and most caring people, and I'm beyond proud to call him a friend. I haven't known Emily as long or as well as Eric, but what I do know is that I haven't seen Eric as happy as he is when he's with Emily. I recently made a trip out from Seattle to Gainesville this past fall to visit Eric in his new habitat. I don't know if his blood is 100% Gator or Gatorade yet, but I think Emily makes it feel like home to him. Hanging out with them as we tried to find every last living alligator in Gainesville, I realized that Eric and Emily are two peas in a pod, or in this case, two gators in a marsh. I also realized that Emily is just as kind, goofy, and caring as Eric, and definitely smarter. If you ask her about her research, I'm sure you'll figure out very quickly that she's wicked smart. Letting two people she doesn't know very well stay in her house and cooking them meals was beyond any hostess duties I've ever done. She also laughed at all my unfunny jokes, as she's hopefully doing now, and was ever patient through our extensive gator hunt. But most importantly, the way she cares for Eric makes me glad he's found a partner who will be there for him through it all. I wish I could have been there in person, but I'm appreciative that you've all let me stay in your life this long, and I look forward to what comes in the future. Best of luck and good health to you both. Cheers.
Yeah, we ran out.
Okay, we gotta move it back out because we can't have it in the middle of the
Just
stairs.
a second. See where the cake's going first. Here, take these glasses. I'll get it. Keep track of them.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it. Can it be moved easily, or are we gonna drop it?
I've got pictures of it fully formed, so it does drop.
Where am I going?
I think they're bringing it out. Well, I would have went in with you, but for everybody else.
We can't see over her head.
Good mistake.
In my purse. You have yours?
years at Cypress Swings. We'll see. I hear Sam like doesn't work that much, and all he does is golf.
Especially
According to
now
my
he's got
dad.
nothing but
His hours are flexible, let's say that.
We'll see. I'm about to get my butt kicked. We'll see.
Okay, on this side.
On this side? All right. So Leslie, we got him married. It was a strange journey, wasn't it?
It was the marriage that even the coronavirus couldn't stop.
Well,
It happened.
yeah.
It took a long time. It was a year and a half in the works.
And they said, we can't
Came to happy conclusion.
Well, you know, we could talk about, you know, I heard about Eric, you know, from Emily up in Haverford. I was long distance. I know you were long distance. So we just had to kind of guess for a while, didn't we?
Right. I remember the story about how Emily was Eric was going to Emily's softball games, and Eric was going to Emily's softball games. He went up to Eric and said, you know, who are you?
Well, that's true. I did keep an eye on my sunshine. And I saw, well, you know, part of the reason is he was cheering at the wrong time. So I knew he was not a softball connoisseur. So I knew he was there for some ulterior motive. But it worked out, didn't it?
Well, I will say the one correction I would say, the four things that they were not quite the only things there.
Well, I know that, but you know, people hate my long speeches, so I had to cut it down.
You know, as many of you probably know, he was adopted in Japan, and he still has a very strong connection to China. We're hoping to take Emily to Japan sometime.
They are. You know the Asian food. What was the Asian food that my daughter ate? The chicken fingers of Japan. What are those called? Tonkatsu. Right. So it's Japanese chicken fingers. But she did expand her. So, all right, guys. I think that's probably enough. We thank you all for watching.
And it was wonderful. All your comments all the way through the ceremony. It was so great to hear from you and to know that our side of the family, the Helms and the Anchidogis and all of you were there with us, and we really felt your presence. And thank you so much for being part of us.
So we may have to revive the Christmas letter because I left out a lot of my speech. I was going to talk about the sheep farmers.
Well, and I should talk about the point when I realized the Eric Emily relationship was really serious. 3 years ago, or was it even longer ago, when we got this Christmas letter from Parrish, in which she talks about Emily talking about shopping for the grandkids. And I thought, whoa, we hadn't heard anything about this. So now we can really talk about this, right?
All right,
Maybe
I think so. Well, you know, we'll have to wait a little while longer. All right, thank y'all, and have a wonderful. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
Bye.
Say bye, Emily.
Fade out.